right, why don't we have a seat on this amazing sectional and introduce Jackie Glass. Come on in here. Come into our space.
I'm into my space.
You're tiny. You can fit anywhere,
Yeah,
honey.
exactly.
So we were talking a little bit about the sectional debate that happens often because a sectional is one of those key pieces. A lot of people feel like they want to have that comfort level with the sectional. It doesn't always work.
Definitely.
So we want to talk about the times you might want to think about a sectional and the times that, you know, maybe not. Where are instances where a sectional maybe not such a good idea?
Well, I think you have to think about the style of the room and how you're going to use the room. Because I think we think typically of a sectional as it's loungy, it's popcorn night, movie night with the kids and the family. But if you're someone that maybe you like to have your friends over for before dinner drinks, after dinner, cocktails, coffee, whatever, you might find that a sectional is just a little bit too loungy for that.
Yeah.
You also have to make sure that there's a clear traffic path in the space. So sometimes sectionals can be rather large. There's no obvious break. So this sort of idea is really great, where I often will put a little bit more of a chaise lounge look as opposed to more formal, another 3 sets of seating in a more traditional type of sectional seating. And that allows that little bit of a visual break. And then, like you've done here, you add a couple of additional chairs, and you are able to have that clear traffic path into the space, which is really critical.
Right.
If you have a space that has 2 entrances, then that might be tough with a sectional.
Definitely.
Right? It's
Definitely.
going to cover 2 walls, depending on the size.
Right, depending on
of
the size.
sectional.
And I think one of the challenges is that it's something that we're kind of born with because it's an old way of thinking.
Yes.
People sometimes don't like to walk into the back of things. So they don't like to see the back of their sofa. That's why people are most comfortable pushing things up against walls. But in open concept spaces, you actually need to. And seeing the back of things is actually okay because what it's doing is it's defining the space for you.
True.
So you've created your own definition. So if we can kind of move away from that, oh, I don't want to see the back of my sofa has to be up against a wall. Sectionals can work in spaces where sometimes we don't think they could. Again, as long as it goes back to scale and proportion and access points.
And of course then floating it into the room is what you were saying.
100%.
And the other thing that manufacturers are doing, and we're doing a lot of it, is that when you were saying that yes, there seems to be that, oh no, you don't want to see the back of a piece of furniture. But now we're designing them so they're beautiful.
Dressing up the back.
There's modern tufting that's just these beautiful seams that are not as formal as a proper tuft that again works with whatever your decor is. And they're absolutely beautiful and you want to see the profile of the back of the piece just as much as you want to sit in it.
You can now choose. Sorry, Tracy. You can now choose actually contrasting fabrics for the back of sofas
and
now.
that always looks gorgeous on a statement chair or on a sofa. I love it. We actually had a viewer question that I want you guys to speak to now because it's about a sectional. So it makes sense to throw it in here. It's Annie. She's been living in her home for about 5 years. She wants a change. She's thinking of adding a sectional. We've got a couple of photos of her space, but she's just not sure if a sectional might work. Now her space is absolutely gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
What she has going on there, I'm not even sure why she'd want to change anything, but maybe she's thinking she wants more of a loungy space. Do you think a sectional might work in that?
Oh, a sectional can work there. And in fact, if you look at the picture right behind us, where that sofa is, that's really a great example of what I was saying before, because you could have the longer piece along that wall and then more of that chaise look or that chaise look coming out where the chairs, we can just sort of see the back of the chair in that picture in the forefront. And you could do something a little bit shorter, and then in place of the couch that's opposite the other couch, that's where you would have 2 chairs. So then, if I believe correctly, I did look at this picture earlier, there is an opening there, so there does allow with the 2 separate chairs for that traffic path and clear vista into that space.
Right. Okay, so Annie, you can have your sectional. Send your old furniture to me. I will put that in my space. Thank you very much. Good answer, guys.